What's up, everybody, and welcome into the fourth episode of Sports Talk with me, your girl, Whitney B. We in season 3, episode 4. Let's get this show started. What's up? What's up? You are now tuned in to Sports Talk with me, your girl, Whitney B. All right. Y'all, I want to just start by saying today, this morning, finally, Woodward Sports follow me on social media. I've been rocking with Woodward Sports since they started their show. Like literally one show. The people who started on the show they too high up now. They just filler-ins at this point. So I'm excited. When I saw that, I was like, okay, today gonna be a good day. I really want to first start today with something I did touch on last week, but we the people are petty. The Boston Celtics coach, they suspended him for a year, the whole next season, over an affair scandal going on there in Boston. Somehow he either had some kind of affair, was initiating some kind of affair. A lot of the information is not even out. That's why it was not even a lot for me to report on last week. All we know is that he suspended. You know, what we do know is that is Nia Long's fiance, or at least was Nia Long's fiance, the father of her youngest kid, I believe. And, the coach of the Boston Celtics. Where I think we petty because why y'all finding these people's pictures and sharing it around social media? First and foremost, nobody know who it was. They said it was somebody who was married. Last thing I saw on a report, actual news report, was that the young lady was caught on the doorbell camera. Her husband caught her on the camera. I'm just trying to figure out, why is it so important for people to be so invested in other people's business, especially when it ain't good? I just can't imagine trying to figure out who this man trying to cheat on Nia Long with. Like, why? I feel like too, and this is just real. Y'all know I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Some people more invested in what he doing than what they doing. Y'all can figure this out, but can't figure out if your man or your woman cheating with somebody down the street. It's weird. I saw that and was like, I had to address this on my show, because since when did that become okay? Like, some stuff I don't even think is warranted to be anybody's business, for one. I do get some stuff as news. You know, unfortunately, we just live in a day today where everybody nosy as hell. And I too can be nosy. If I get interested in learning some stuff, I'm going to read articles and look up stuff. I'm not quick to run to social media, though. If I want my own news, I want my own facts. I want to know it for myself, just in case I'm having a conversation like such or anything else, you know, similar, so I could be able to know what I'm talking about. I don't like arguing. So if I'm arguing with you, I know I'm right, to be honest. It just take too much out of you. So, and I'm trying to figure out, is everybody unemployed? Like, who in the hell got time to be finding these women? And then what's crazy is they're posting these women, sharing these women, and people are running with it. So now you have innocent bystanders. You know, I'm sure if I worked for the team, my face would have been plastered around here like he was trying to sleep with me. It's just, I don't know. I think that's petty. People need to grow up and mind their own business, especially the business that pays them, because this business pays nobody. Cut it out. That's, anywho. So this weekend, it was amazing. Football against college the NFL, it's so much to talk about. I know y'all sick of football. Well, no one's sick of football. I know y'all want me to report on more. I'll say that. But football started back. Y'all know football is my favorite sport. But I'm going to talk about some more stuff. I'm going to do some digging and watch some more stuff. But right now, between just this new work schedule and just watching football, being a mom and a wife, my day is full. I loved this past week, though. After I spoke to y'all on Tuesday, y'all know we had Thursday night football. Whew. That game was so boring. I think I think I want all good high intensity games from now on. Ever since that Bills Chiefs game, just everything needs to be a nail biter. Now I will say it was a low scoring week in football, but it was some nail biting games. That Thursday night game though, Pittsburgh, and the Browns, that game was so whack. It was so boring. I don't even remember the score. I thought I wrote it down, but eventually it wasn't even that serious to me. I don't know. I really do like Mike Tomlin. I remember when he first came into the league, and it was just cool to see him on the sideline. I always said he looked like Omar Epps, especially at the end of Love and Basketball when they made him look a little older. And I was like, dang, that's Omar Epps people. And I always, I just root for him. But I think, I don't know, something different need to go on in Philly. I mean, not Philly, but Pittsburgh. It's, I don't know, moving on, boring game. Saturday, okay, so basically what we got with Michigan is what we expected, right? Michigan State, let's start there. What the hell is going on, Michigan State? Like, when I say drop the ball, Michigan State, like, where the hell did this team come? First and foremost, this is a proof that Kenneth Walker put this team on his back last year. Hell, held it in his hand when he ran down the field with the ball. I don't know how he carried this team last year, but he carried them. For sure. Where the hell is the defense? Like, I mean, these teams are exposing Michigan State for garbage. Okay, we on a 2-2 season. They can turn themselves around, but how many more games they gonna win? Maybe 4 or 5? I mean, Minnesota walked Michigan State. Like, damn, I don't even think Michigan State poured it. I mean, see, I can't even talk. That's how shocked I am. I still can't believe they almost went scoreless at home. Yo, I'm sorry, if you're watching this video, this thing is getting on my nerves. But they almost went scoreless at home. What was it, like the last minute, under the last minute that they scored? Oh my God. Another thing that really bothered me in the game is every time they showed Mel Tucker, he seemed to be sweating worse. Like, it was making me uncomfortable. And I know it was cold. It's getting chilly outside. They were outside at home. And this man is sweating like it's 100 and some degrees, and he in some kind of stadium with no heat. I mean, no air. I don't know. Mel Tucker, it didn't even look like he had any kind of control over the sideline. He gave that same face because even when they win it and blowing teams out, he's always over just looking at me. He never seems to be happy. But it was nothing. Like, whenever they show us Mel Tucker on the sideline, I mean, whew. I don't even have any advice for Michigan State. The defense, come on, like the secondary is non-existent. And this is the same secondary that he said he was putting all his shit on at the beginning of the year. Oh, I believe in this secondary. I bet my last dollar. Whatever the good shit he said. Mel. I don't know. And Peyton Thorne he is who he is. It's no improvement over the year. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's just Minnesota dogged walk Michigan State. Minnesota made Michigan State look like Hawaii. Look like these boo-boo teams that they be playing and blowing out. And they did it effortlessly. Michigan State was no... I mean, shit. You probably could have put a team together of me, my daughter, some of her friends. And shit, they all lazy. We probably would have still went out there and got the job done. Hell, I'm shocked. And y'all, old me would be up here gloating, probably not shocked, probably talking all kind of junk. Oh, I knew they was going to do it. They garbage, blah, blah, blah. New me is like, what the hell, Michigan State? You still a Michigan team. We can't go out looking like this. I mean, hell, even the game against Penn State and Central was close. I don't know. At this point, I mean, hell, I don't know. I mean, they not beating Ohio State for sure. That's for sure. And Michigan, I mean, no. This is going to be Mel Tucker's first loss against Jim Harbaugh. It's coming. It's coming. I'm at a loss, y'all. I'm at a loss. I mean, I don't know. And they play Maryland next week. In the way Maryland played Michigan, they gonna lose. I'm not even about to say this is what they need to do to turn it around. They need new fucking players. Y'all, I ain't even never cussed this much in my show. So it's weird. Let's move on. Cause Maryland's about to run all through Michigan State. Tualia Tagovailoa, he ain't no Tua. But he is Tua too. You know what I'm saying? He can do what he need to do. He made some crazy mistakes in the Michigan game. Today is just a weird day for the equipment. Everything just acting up. But that interception at the end of the game, that really was on him. I mean, we all saw the open player in the middle of the field, but he wanted to throw it across his body, and then, things happen. J.J. McCarthy, it was his first Big Ten start. He looked real shitty. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm just like, is this the JJ I'm always talking about? Because JJ, one thing I will cut him some slack on though is this was his first Big Ten start. What is it? His second? Third. This was his third career start for Michigan. So he has a lot to learn. He has to button up like just a lot of stuff where he was making some crazy plays. I think K. McNamara would have folded, probably would have took a sack. He's not good with throwing the ball away either, but some of the things that J.J. McCarthy was doing, he could be coached better and that could be fixed. You know what I'm saying? Look at this film, learn from things, his mistakes and stuff, and those things can be fixed. Like J.J.'s ceiling is still high. They did pull that win off. It was 34-27 for Michigan. They're 4-0, and then the Michigan State score was 7-34. Just so I can throw that in there, and they're 2-2. But Michigan State, they take on Iowa. Iowa is going to definitely be another. It's going to be a good game. I don't think it's going to be like a blowout for Michigan. I think they're going to get their money's worth, but I also think that they're going to win. Outside of Ohio State in the Big Ten, I think the only other close competition they may have right now would be Penn State. But the way Penn State just played against Central, I wouldn't hold my breath. Michigan, they're going to turn around and be the Big Ten champs again. Hopefully go all the way this year, but they don't have the same defense. The Michigan defense they're missing that strong rush. You look at the run game, how they had Hassan Haskins, Blake Corum. Haskins left, Corum's back. Well, Ojabo and Hutchinson is out. They gone. So it's like the defense is missing that rush. You can see that the secondary needs to improve a lot. The offensive line, for the most part, is decent. JJ had so much time in the pocket to throw, it was ridiculous. It's just some buttoning up I think Michigan have to do before actually getting all the way to the end to the playoffs. But as long as they keep making those improvements, they on the right road. Let's get over to the NFL. So in some okay, it was some blowouts. Like I don't know. I kind of expected the Lions to win, which they were almost winning that game, but they ended up losing. We'll talk about that, but that does not shock me. What shocked me is the Bills lost, the Chiefs lost, the Chargers lost. I mean, what? And then the only game that I would say was more, well, no, they were all shockers. Okay. The Bills played the Dolphins. The Dolphins are not a bad team. Would I have expected the Bills to win? Yes. But it does not shock me. The Dolphins are not a bad team. Big Tua Tagovailoa, he did his thing. We're going to talk about that. The Chiefs losing to the Colts, now that's some bullshit. I still stand on Jonathan Taylor, but I mean, come on. What? How did that happen? And that's a lucky win for the Colts. We'll get to scores. And the Chargers lost against the Jaguars. Like, oh my God, I know Trevor Lawrence is, he probably still somewhere with a victory cigar. And they undefeated. So go ahead. That Urban Meyer, he was a cancer over there in Jacksonville. We talked about that last season. So let's talk about the Bills and the Dolphins game first. The NFL Players Association is actually putting an investigation into the Dolphins after that game because we all saw the hit on Tua Tagovailoa. Tua got up seeing stars. I mean, I think I seen the stars and the Tweety Birds myself. He could not stand up. He was wobbly, shaky, right? We all saw, something's wrong with him. They set him out the game that for the rest of the first half. So Bridgewater went in. And, whatever. Bridgewater is Bridgewater. He Bridgewater. And one thing about Teddy, though, Teddy gonna have a job. He gonna be in the NFL. Shout out to Teddy Bridgewater. But he went in, second half come Tua back in the game. What? Oh, hell no. I know something's wrong with him. I mean, I don't know. He came back in and won, though. The score was 29-19. Josh Allen, they was all sick. I mean, I was sick too, but damn, Tua Tagovailoa is concussed. Mike McDaniel talking about lower back after in the post game, and they had that brace on his back. Like, y'all full of it. Y'all know ain't nothing wrong with that man back. Y'all know he's still somewhere concussed. And he probably pressured them to go back in the game. They needed to go back in the game and get this win so they could be undefeated and all. No, Crazy. These football players and these coaches and these decisions that they make, I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't know if Tua would have went back in today. I mean, no, I do know. If it would have just been on Bridgewater, they weren't winning that game, and that's something they all knew. That, oh my God, it was just at the tip of my tongue. Oh, the Chargers lost to the Jags. I mean, 10-38. They should have, what's my man's name? The quarterback with the good hair? For the Chargers, Justin Herbert. Y'all, they knew they should have took Justin Herbert out if they had a chance, at keeping up the season. Like, the more y'all keep him in there, the greater his chances at getting hurt. This game was over. Y'all needed to take these players out. It's like sometimes who was the coach and who was the players? Now, we know on every team Tom Brady is on, he's the coach. Hell, it seemed like that's why he came back. Bruce Arians is leaving. Let's come back for the coach. I can't even think of his name right now. Todd, is it? Whatever. First off, Tom should have set his ass at home because now his little situation is shaky and he losing. The defense is literally having to carry them. In the Packers game, it was good because of the defenses. Aaron Rodgers, I mean, both quarterbacks really, I don't know. This could be the last year for both of them. I mean, it's just to be honest. And I was like, oh, this is the last game you might see these two greats play. The score was 12-14. Like, all these scores was low-scoring scores. The Lions and the Vikings, they had a higher scoring game. But I think other than that, the highest points was by Philly. 24 out of the teams that I'm discussing. Philly, I mean, we all knew they was going to run over the Commanders. It's only a few teams in the NFL left that's still undefeated. Philly is one of them. I'm going to probably go every day and say Philly is going more than likely make it to the Super Bowl because out of the NFC, I mean, the Rams are good. I will give it to them, but are they good enough to go all the way? On the offensive and defensive side, Philly is complete, and they got this quarterback who can make it happen with his legs. And Darius Slay is just, let's not get on Darius Slay. Philly, but we didn't expect them to lose against Washington 24-8. Matthew Stafford did beat Kyler Murray, but we didn't expect a loss. I mean, well, we didn't expect the Chargers, the Chiefs, and the Bills to lose either. Oh, I'm not sure. Somebody expected that loss. But the Rams did pull it off against the Cardinals. It was 20-12. Again, the Bucks and Packers was 12-14. The Chargers and Jags was 10-38. Chiefs versus Colts 17-20. Denver and San Fran, another game, that Sunday night game. Like, what the hell? I see why they in Denver booing Russell Wilson like Russ. You look like Geno. Hell, they could have traded for Geno. I mean, I don't know if it's like, well, okay, so what I'm getting is that, he's still adjusting to this, playing this game, And everybody, the commentators I was listening to, they were saying, oh, this is going to be good for him, adjusting his game playing skills and learning how to play more, down center and in the pocket and all of that and blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. He needed to do this shit in training camp, though. Like, you can't get, we now, I don't know. Week 4 in the NFL, Russell Wilson, he got to turn it around for Denver. I mean, San Francisco really wasn't much of a shock to me. You know what I'm saying? First off, let me correct myself, y'all, because last week I was like, I told y'all Jimmy G was going to be back in. I didn't even see Trey Lance get hurt, and I hate that he get hurt. He got hurt, but he needed more time to watch the game anyway, and I mean, it's good, Jimmy G was able to step back in, but that game's stupid. 11-10. I mean, barely. I know Dan Orlovsky, it was funny when he had posted redemption when Jimmy G went to the back of the field goal. Like, sometimes the awareness and all of that, like, I don't know. So that's how, I was about to say Seattle, but Denver ended up getting that safety. I don't know. Some of these games don't even be worth watching, but I got to do it cause I'm gonna watch it anyway because it's football. But my goodness, I wanted to turn that game off so bad. Like, last night's game, the Cowboys versus the Giants. And I did want the Giants to win because I'm not much of a Cowboys fan. But how, like that? They didn't even really start scoring till like the last 5 minutes of the game, especially in the fourth quarter. It was just whack play after whack play after whack play. And that man McCarthy, it's his time to go. He got to go. Dallas probably need to move on from Dak Prescott because he can't stay healthy. And I like Dak, but you can't be franchise tagging bums. Before we get over to our Lions, this week, Thursday Night Football, we got Minnesota versus Cincinnati. The way Minnesota played, I mean, and Cincinnati can pull it off because Minnesota, the Lions shouldn't have even lost that game. We gonna get to that in like 2 seconds. But yeah, Cincinnati probably can pull this off. All they need to do is continue to lock up Justin Jefferson, because hell, after 2 weeks, he probably don't even know if he's still a good receiver. Hell, and was one of the best coming into the season, and looking like one of the worst. I think over the past 2 weeks, he may have got 100 yards between the 2 weeks. I don't even think 100 yards. I don't think he nope. So yep, and then the Rams and the 49ers is gonna be next Monday. Now that's gonna be a good one. And it's Rams at 49ers. I love that matchup for Matthew Stafford. That really seemed to be his only real matchup last season there in San Francisco. Even though now he won them, it was just a good game for the teams. Both teams playing like boo-boo. I mean, Aaron Donald, I know Aaron Donald every day is punching the air like I should have retired. It's just a lot. But I do think that the Rams is going to pull that off, especially the way the 49ers was playing in that Sunday night game. And it's crazy because these teams is getting these primetime games and they dropping the ball. Somebody got to lose. That's what I get. Both teams can't win. You got a few ties. The Colts is tied. I know that's like the Chiefs lost to the Tigers. That's neither here nor there, though. I do think Matthew Stafford is I think he's going to improve more over the season. I think he just needs to figure out who's available to him more outside of Cooper Kupp and Tyler Higbee. I think he'll get it. I think they'll turn it around. That's one of the contenders I would see in the NFC with Philly, but I mean, Philly at the top. So, in all honesty, I think Philly gonna do it. I mean, I think the Packers gonna do what the Packers do. They gonna get there and choke. I mean, they choking. Choke. The Bucks, they gonna make the playoffs because it's still the Bucks and the NFC is like weak. I say that every week, but yeah, they not doing it either. And Tom Brady is gonna retire for sure. This is it for him because I think he wanted to quit on Sunday in the middle of the game, but that's neither here nor there, y'all. I'm sorry. So let's get to these Lions. These boys came out, went down the field, kicked the field goal, missed. Minnesota came out, went down the field, kicked the field goal, missed. Okay, so at first, me and my husband sitting there like, oh my God, this can't be the way that this game is going to turn out. It always seems like when the Lions start with these horrible missed field goals and stuff like that, it just don't go well for them. Lies, the Lions controlled the clock. Like, okay, controlled it. Made Minnesota look like they were the Lions, for real. And the Lions were the number one team in the NFC North right now and could have been tied for first, but no, we're not. So 24-28 loss. Dan Campbell at the end of the game decided instead of going on forward on fourth down, which I believe they went for fourth down 5 times. Out of 5 times, they missed 2, I believe. It might have been 4-1 or 5-2. Or it might have been 4-1, and then that 5th time is when they kicked the field goal at the end and missed. What I don't understand is Minnesota missed a few field goals. This kicker had already missed a field goal. Shorter yards, I believe, like shorter by like at least 5 yards. Why didn't we decide to just go for it on fourth or punt? I'm like, okay, if we're not going to go for it on fourth down, why not punt the ball? Hopefully the defense could pin them back and then boom, here we go. We win the game. Nope, that's not what happened. We went for it, kicked. Now these muds done scored. Now we down. And boom, Lions then lost. Now we 1-2. We should be 2-1. We should be tied for the first place in the NFC. But nope. Chicago won. How the hell did Chicago win? I'm sorry. I don't know. I mean, they played the Texans, but still, they should have lost. Last minute field goal. Everything came down to the wire for everybody, but I don't know. And the season you would want to say it's only going to get better, but is it? Tracy Walker went down, torn Achilles. He out for the season. DeAndre Swift got a shoulder injury in the game. Luckily for the reports, he don't have to have surgery, but we can't be without our number one. At this point, DeAndre Swift has to go. I like DeAndre Swift, but he cannot stay healthy. When have we had a good season out of DeAndre Swift? Like, yes, when he come in, he's explosive. He's amazing, but shit, how often can he come in? Like, it's frustrating as a fan because it's always like around this time, the beginning of the season, you get your good players, they go down. One good thing is Jeff Okudah, he was damn near okay, you showing us why you were drafted number 3 overall for the Lions a couple years ago. All right. And this is what we needed to see. Unfortunately for Jeff, he went down early on in the beginning of his career, torn Achilles, but he's back and he making it happen. We on the field like Justin Jefferson. Who is he out there? I think he had like 3 targets, 0 touchdowns. Only difference between Justin Jefferson and Darius Slay between the game in week 2 and week 3 with Minnesota is Darius Slay had a few interceptions when they targeted Justin Jefferson. Okudah didn't. And I think he would have, but they knew, it ain't even no point. For real. This is now his second week straight, no touchdowns, and I'm with it. And I'm with Jeff Okudah. I know I talked some junk about Jeff, but let's go ahead and give Jeff his flowers, cause sure. Joff 277 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He looked decent. Hockenson had a touchdown. Hockenson stepped up a little bit. Let's give Hock his flowers. And then while we was talking about injuries, Ross St. Brown, he went down you could tell he was injured. Hopefully, we need him. Jameson Williams, he don't come in. We got another couple weeks without Jameson. It always like the Lions is a complete, I won't call them a complete team. We still got some work to do, but the Lions are definitely showing signs to be a better team, like the best they've been, period. And it's just still little like curses that I feel like we deal with. Like, why them damn second string players can't go down? They don't even play. They ain't go in the game. They ain't getting cramped up or nothing. We just lose our star players, and I'm just, it's frustrating sometimes. I'm glad to see Joff doing better, though. He's definitely looking better. He's playing a lot better. He looks more comfortable. Last year, it just also seemed like he played not necessarily with a chip on his shoulder like he should have, but he was uncomfortable. Like, he was traded, no knowledge, to Detroit. Shit. I'm not sure if I would want to be traded to Detroit. The way the Lions record was and all of the rumors and just everything. I don't know if I would want to do it either if I was in Jared Goff's shoes. So him coming over last year, it just, what everybody had to say about him, nobody was really happy. It was just hard. So I think he played with a lot of that on his shoulders. And now he plays a lot better. I think him and Ben Johnson definitely have a good relationship, and they work well together. And that just seems to be what he needed. Sean McVay was super close with him. Hopefully, just the Lions turn it around. I'm not too much worried about the next game, though, to be honest. And I know I shouldn't say that because the way this last week, these blowouts was, you don't know. Gino might come through and be like, we gotcha. But no, I don't know. They play Seattle. As Seattle coming to Detroit, the fans gonna be, crazy. I told y'all though in week 1 when Seattle beat Denver, I wasn't gonna hold my breath and just be like, oh, Seattle. No, I told y'all, Gino, I don't know. Seattle's looking for a franchise quarterback and is probably looking for a coach, to be honest. But yeah, I don't expect nothing out of Seattle. I mean, I don't. If anything, I just been watching the games to try to see if we can just see if Kenneth Walker gonna be explosive like he was on Michigan State, and I don't even be seeing him in the game. So I don't know. I know one thing for sure and two things for certain: them Lions better win. They bet to win because if you lose a game against Seattle, who I mean, I don't know. I mean, DJ Metcalf is no longer a weapon. Like Seattle crumbled. Their team used to be awesome. Wagner and Metcalf and I remember when Golden Tate played with them. It was just a good team on both sides of the ball. That's when they won the Super Bowl. And then it just seemed like stuff was falling apart. Marshawn Lynch, he wanted to leave and all of that. Like, I don't know. They need to rebuild for sure in Seattle. It seemed like the Lions, how they was like, oh, we rebuilding. They've been on a long rebuild. They have. But they need to figure it out. And it ain't with Geno. And I like Geno. I do. But I ain't going to sit here and tell y'all because I like that man. Nope, I'm not doing that. Not today. But I don't expect for Seattle to like choke. I do expect for them to, show some glimpses of improvement because it is the Lions defense. I also expect for the Lions defense to step up because it is Seattle when you think about it. But we gonna see. The Lions need to be in 2-2 by the end of next week. Or to be honest, it's gonna be like we all gonna be like Dan Campbell. We like him and he's a good motivator and we should probably all hire him to come and speak at pep rallies across the state. But shit, that's all you are is a hype man. You ain't no coach. And I don't want to say that about Dan Campbell. I really like Dan. But I want to like Dan for more than his ability to make me feel good. I want to feel good about the team and see the growth. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, the talk is there, but the action isn't, if for lack of better word. So I don't know, Zan. He got some work to do. He do. And Dan, don't make me, Dan. I don't know. That game broke my heart though. Like soon as Minnesota scored, I wanted to just cut the TV off for good, but I don't know, y'all. As always, I am still selling my books. Life Support Success Against All Odds by me, your girl Whitney B. I have been getting great feedback from my book. I really, really, really appreciate all of y'all who have supported me so far. Everybody who is still buying the book, because I get people that text me like, girl, I'm buying your book this week. And people do buy it. So I appreciate y'all. It is on Amazon too. It's not just on my website. My website is mywhitneybee.com/life support for the book. And you can also click one page over to your left on the website and you will get to Sports Talk with me, your girl Whitney B. I'm still selling my shirts. I do. I still have a couple left. I haven't decided if I wanted to go with the blue yet. Just yet because my days have been like super busy, super busy. And I do this because I love y'all and I love doing my show, being able to talk to y'all, even though we don't really talk. But I get to talk to y'all and then y'all write me and tell me what y'all feel. So I love doing that. So I really make time for this and actually trying to get speaking engagements so people can see another side of me, my more professional side, and just a part of my life and why I am here today, because a lot of y'all do know this is my dream to be a sports reporter. And once I quit my job in news, I had to make my own way because I have too much, too many degrees, too much education, and it's hindering me. So I'm not going to let anything stop me. And this is where Sports Talk with Whitney B, it came from. And so my book is more or less to get you to understand me, why I push so hard to reach my goals, and hopefully it helps somebody else who deals with a lot but still makes it and push further. So I want to be a blessing to you guys. And so hopefully, you pick the book up, you enjoy it. Make sure you leave a review. And before you purchase it, read the reviews that I already have on the website so you can get a feel for maybe how you may feel. But I'm going to wrap it up by just thanking everybody. I do get people to reach out to me often. I at least get a few people a week, and I appreciate all of y'all, the feedback, the comments, and everything. Continue to like, continue to share, and just tell everybody about me, your favorite sports talk host. It's Whitney B, baby. What's up? What's up? You are now tuned in to Sports Talk with me, your girl Whitney B.